Hello, my name is Mark Britnell. I'm the Global Chairman and Senior Partner for Healthcare, Government and Infrastructure at KPMG International. Well, I'm here today in India to explain that by 2030, the world will be 18 million health workers short, some 20% of the total capacity to care. We know in India that you are 4 million health workers short, just at the time that your Prime Minister Modi is launching the universal healthcare programme for the poorest Indian citizens in society. Well, I've been visiting India for the last 20 years. It's a country I love. It's rich in culture and also it's a land of many contrasting extremes. You have some of the best healthcare in the world, but as you know, you also have needs to service over 500 million citizens with universal healthcare. Your Prime Minister Modi, has now made that a priority for his government. And I see three challenges for India. First of all, is to bring the best healthcare, not for the few, but for the many. Secondly, to address the imbalance between urban areas and rural areas. And thirdly, to make sure that you produce enough doctors and nurses and healthcare professionals so that all citizens in India can receive a high quality standard of care. India faces many challenges. It also, as we know, is very innovative. The Indians, of course, invented the word jugaad, which means that you can move and innovate at great speed to address specific issues. I've seen through my numerous visits to India all around the country how the balance and relationship between the public sector and the private sector can train more healthcare workers more quickly, can produce different types of healthcare workers. You're now regulating your healthcare workers to a much higher standard thanks to a new Act of the Union. And also, of course, people now are investing in healthcare in India. At this patient safety conference here in Hyderabad, I have seen over 2,000 delegates from tens of countries come together and be amazed and inspired at some of the new innovative developments that, for example, Apollo Hospital are making, where you can talk with a doctor, talk with a health coach, have a blood test, have your history, and then have all of that supported by artificial intelligence. This, my friends, is the new frontier of healthcare, to be wise about illness before the event, not after it. Well, we know in India, where you only spend 3 or 4% of your GDP on healthcare, that other comparable countries spend much more than that. We also know that at the moment, the public expenditure in healthcare in India is just over 1%. And of course, Prime Minister Modi wants to double that. But that will take huge investment. And therefore, both the public sector and the private sector need to invest. And to invest together, that needs a new relationship based on trust and transparency and the rule of law. I am confident, given the size of the challenge, but also the size of the opportunity, that both the government, the public sector and the private sector will step up to make sure that no investment is wasted and every investment works for the benefit of all Indians in society.